And so welcome to the Paul Clark Podcast. So just a couple of things before we get in to the subject of today's podcast. First of all, sorry if I sound a bit echoey. Sorry if there's a bit of an echo. That is because, dear listener, I'm currently sitting in my kitchen doing this podcast at precisely 2:40 in the morning. Or for me, it's still Saturday night because I haven't been to bed yet. Yes, I become nocturnal of a weekend. Most people know this about me. So I'm currently doing this podcast in the kitchen. So apologies for the echo. Now, this could actually be the last in the series of the Paul Clark podcasts, but that, dear listener, depends upon you and your ability to be able to download these podcasts and send them to me. Because what has happened is this, just bring you up to speed. The app to which I record these podcasts on Spreaker Studio, I only found out just a day or two ago, has a finite limit. There is a storage space, and I have now, after this podcast, exceeded that storage space. Now, I could just go back and delete the previous podcasts, but I really don't want to do that because I'm quite proud of them, and I want to be able to maybe look back on them in years to come and see how I developed over a period of time. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to start deleting podcasts. I want to, as I say, I want to be able to look back on them from a pure kind of, historical point of view, I suppose. But I don't want to delete them. But I also can't do any more podcasts after this one because I will have exceeded the storage space. So my hands are tied after this episode. However, if you can download those podcasts for me, and there's about, I think this is episode 25. If you can download all 25 episodes, send them to me. I can then store them on my computer, and I'm actually going to be setting up a YouTube channel this week. Quite simply, just called the Paul Clark Podcast, and I'll be able to publish all 23, 24, 25 episodes of these podcasts on there. Delete them off of this app, archive them on YouTube, and continue here on Spreaker Studio doing more of the Paul Clark podcasts, which you know and love. But that's if you can download them, because I can't. This app will not let me download my own podcasts. How crazy is that? But it generally won't. I have tried. I've just spent most of this evening trying to download, and they won't do it. So it's up to you, folks. It's in your hands as to whether the Paul Clark podcasts continue. But if it doesn't, well, to me, this is a great episode to go out on. Because this weekend, I had some great news. Some news that just had me jumping for joy, bouncing off the walls, as it were. Actor Kevin Sorbo. Kevin Sorbo, most famously known for his portrayal of Hercules in the hit 1990s television series Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, will be joining the cast of the CW TV show Supergirl. And I'm a big fan of Supergirl as well. So for me, it's like two worlds coming together, and it's made me, as a fan, as a connoisseur of geek and nerd culture, very happy indeed. Very happy indeed. And I mean, Kevin really, and that show, Kevin and Hercules and Xena, really have defined a huge chunk of my life. The impact those shows had on me is unprecedented, really, and I think it's fair to say, were it not for those shows, I would never have become a Doctor Who fan. Generally, I really believe that. I certainly wouldn't have become as passionate about something as a television show or a franchise had it not been for Hercules. Hercules started out as, originally it was going to be just four TV movies. 2 hour, 4 TV movies. But then Universal Studios really liked what they were doing, so they added a fifth 2-hour TV movie. And then it became a 1-hour show, which ran for 7 years. So between the originally what was going to be 4 TV movies, then became 5 TV movies, then the TV series itself, you have about 7, 8, 9 years of Hercules. And Hercules then spun off Xena, which became equally as big, and then it spun off Young Hercules, which launched the career of Hollywood actor Ryan Gosling. So that show, the shows of Hercules and Xena, really have left an impact on our pop culture, because it was Peter Jackson, who obviously went on to do the Lord of the Rings trilogy and revitalised Lord of the Rings series. He was down in New Zealand, and he was watching. You know, he had a keen eye on the production team of Hercules and Xena, and when those shows were winding down, he basically soaked up a lot of the production team. A lot of the people that worked on Hercules went on to work on Lord of the Rings. Costume designers, set designers, the prop experts, the stunt coordinators, they all went on to work on Lord of the Rings. Every single one of them. And even a lot of the actors, a lot of the New Zealand actors, some really talented actors in New Zealand, who, thanks to Hercules, thanks to Xena, thanks to Young Hercules, got their break, and then was picked up by Peter Jackson. It's amazing what Hercules did. It's amazing what Hercules did, and its legacy, not only on me, has been immense, but on television and pop culture in general. And I'm very glad to see Kevin back in a successful, successful mainstream syndicated television series again. You know, it's been quite a long time since he's had a big part in a big show. So I'm very happy about that, and also immensely excited at the possibilities, because we know that in the Superman universe, the universe of Superman and Supergirl, Hercules actually exists as a character. He's a rival, an enemy to Superman. And I'm just putting it out there, but I would love it if there's a nice nod and a wink to the 90s TV series, you know, as a nice way of keeping fans like me, nostalgic fans who are nostalgic for the past, for our childhoods, of keeping us well fed and watered. They get in Kevin to play the DC Comics version of Hercules. Oh, that would be so cool. That makes me so happy. You could probably hear the smile in my voice right now at the idea of that even being a possibility. Yeah, very excited about that. Very excited about that. But what's amused me as well, this news was announced on Saturday, well, Friday/Saturday, early hours of Saturday morning. And looking today online, on social media, reading the comments below the articles, of the various media outlets that have reported of Kevin's casting in Supergirl, you've got people like me who were fans, who loved Hercules, still love Hercules, so they're all happy about it. But then you've got the SJWs, the social justice warriors, who they don't know Kevin nor care that he's a very successful actor with 2 very successful shows under his belt, Hercules and Andromeda. They don't care about that. They know Kevin Sorbo, not from his work on Hercules or Andromeda. They know him as an outspoken Republican, conservative Christian in Hollywood. And that's about the biggest offence you can ever cause these days. To be a Republican, to hold conservative values. Oh, no. You know, that's terrible. You should be burned at the stake. Always remember, folks, always remember what I said. If this is the last podcast that I ever do, just remember this. Paul Clark has always said that there's nothing more illiberal than a liberal. And it's true. liberals are the most intolerant people you will ever meet. You know, liberalism has become a byproduct for intolerant and just anger and rage. And how dare Greg Berlanti, producer Greg Berlanti on Supergirl, and how dare the CW network employ a Republican, conservative, Christian actor in Hollywood on one of the biggest shows right now in syndication. Oh, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. So the social justice warriors were all over this. Yeah, I mean it, and you know, and they're sort of saying that we're going to boycott the advertising, the sponsors of Supergirl, even tweeting Melissa Benoist saying that basically she should, you know, she should basically either stop this from happening, you know, she should make a stand, and if they persist on having Kevin on, she should walk. She should walk. It's so funny. It's so funny the way people react these days because someone has a different outlook on life politically. I mean, look, you know, I would probably say these days, yes, I am certainly going more to the right of politics, more to the centre-right. But that doesn't stop me enjoying Melissa Benoist's Supergirl, who I know for a fact is very left-wing, and I know definitely does not support President Trump. But that's fine. You know, I can put aside silly little political games because the reality is I enjoy Supergirl, I enjoy Hercules, I enjoy Doctor Who, I enjoy all those things a lot more than I care about Trump and Brexit and British or American or world politics. I really do not care, but I do like a good old bit of television. I like to escape into another world. So that's who I am at my core. I'm a geek. I'm a TV buff. I'm a couch potato. That is exactly what I am. And I don't care what someone's political views are. I'm just glad that Kevin, you know, is going to be part of a big mainstream show again. And as I say, the idea of him playing Hercules, or even Ares, that would be so great. Because we know that all the Greek gods exist in the universe of DC Comics. So regardless of if he's playing Hercules or Ares, I mean, Zeus would be amazing. Zeus would be amazing. Kevin has said that before, actually. He said that if ever they were to bring Hercules back, he's too old to play Hercules now, but he says he'd love to play Zeus, the king of the gods. So that would be pretty cool. That certainly would be cool. Right, time is up though now. And it could be up, as I say, for these podcasts. I hope it's not. But that all depends on you if you can download those podcasts. If you can download all 20 plus episodes of these podcasts, then send them to me. My email address, which I think most of you will know, but it's Gallifrey, and that is spelt Gallifrey, Gallifrey, Gallifrey03@msn.com. If you can download these podcasts, send them to me. I'll then upload them to the YouTube channel, and then I can delete them off this app, and we can continue to do the Paul Clark podcasts here on the Spreaker Studio app. But if not, it's been a nice ride. I've enjoyed them, and I hope you've enjoyed them too. Thanks for listening to the Paul Clark podcast.